You know the feeling, right? That pit in your stomach when you have to have that conversation. Your heart's racing, you're already playing out the argument in your head, and you just know it's going to be a disaster. Well, what if it didn't have to be? What if you could flip the script and turn those dreaded confrontations into, well, something that actually works? That's what we're getting into today. So, seriously, why do our most important conversations go off the rails so easily? You know, the ones that really matter with your boss, your partner, your family, they just crash and burn, leaving everyone feeling misunderstood and hurt. To figure out why, we've got to look under the hood, see what's really going on. Okay, let me tell you a story. Meet Jack. He's a graphic designer. His friend, Michael, who's also a client, calls him in a total panic. He needs a brochure, like yesterday. So Jack, being a great friend, drops everything. He pulls an all-nighter, gets the job done, and he's totally wiped out, but hey, he's happy he could come through for his buddy. And then he gets an angry voicemail. And this is where it gets really interesting. Look at the huge disconnect here. On one side, you've got what's going on inside Jack's head. He's thinking, screw up? Are you kidding me? This is not my fault. You signed off on this. You can feel it, right? He feels totally unappreciated, attacked, backed into a corner. But then look at what they actually said. It's just this clipped defensive back and forth about redoing the work. All that frustration, all that emotion, it's completely buried. It's invisible. So that gap, that huge space between what we're thinking and feeling and what we're actually saying out loud, that's the danger zone. That's exactly where conversations break down. See, the problem isn't usually the words we're using. It's everything we're not saying. We're fighting this little skirmish on the surface, totally clueless about the real war that's raging underneath. And here is the key, the big reveal. The problem isn't the conversation we think we're having. It's the fact that in every difficult conversation, there are actually 3 conversations happening at the same time. They're all tangled up with each other, and if you don't even know they exist, well, how are you supposed to navigate them? But here's the good news. Once you can see these hidden layers, once you have a framework, everything changes. It's like getting a map for this messy emotional territory. Suddenly, you can make sense of it all and find a way through. So, let's unpack this framework. All right, here they are, the 3 conversations. First, you've got the what happened conversation. Second, the feelings conversation. And third, the identity conversation. Just think of these 3 as your secret decoder ring for figuring out what's really going on when a conversation starts to get tense. Okay, so first up is the what happened conversation. This is the one we all see. It's the surface level stuff. It's the argument over the facts. What's true, what's not, who did what to whom, and of course the big one. Whose fault is it? This is exactly where Jack and Michael were stuck, just spinning their wheels. Now, go a layer deeper and you find the feelings conversation. This is all about the emotional current flowing just beneath the surface. You know, Jack was feeling hurt, totally unappreciated. Michael was probably feeling panicked and stressed out. This conversation is where we ask ourselves, are my feelings valid? Is it okay to feel this way? Should I even bring them up? And a lot of the time, especially in a professional setting, we just try to pretend this whole layer doesn't even exist. And then at the very deepest level, the absolute core, is the identity conversation. This is the silent, internal debate we're having with ourselves. It's all about what the situation says about us. Am I competent? Am I a good person? Am I worthy of respect? For Jack, it's hitting him right in his professional identity. Am I a good designer? For Michael, it might be, am I a good manager? This is where things get personal. This is where the stakes feel impossibly high. Okay, so now we can see these 3 hidden conversations. The big question is, what do we do about it? How do we start to fix things? Well, the very first, most crucial shift you can make is all about that what happened conversation. We have to let go of our favorite and most destructive pastime, playing the blame game. And really, the difference between these 2 is night and day. Blame is all about looking backward. It's about judging and pointing fingers. And you know what it's really good at? Making people put their walls up. It just creates defensiveness. But contribution? Contribution is totally different. It's about looking forward. It's about understanding how we both got into this mess. And that creates collaboration. So it's a simple shift in language, but it's absolutely profound. You stop asking, whose fault is this? And you start asking, how did we each contribute to the situation? It's like you stop being a judge looking for a guilty party and become a detective trying to map out the whole system. Jack could ask, okay, what was my part in this? Maybe I should have confirmed that chart. And Michael could ask, how did I contribute? Well, leaving an angry voicemail probably wasn't the best way to start this conversation. All right, the second huge trap we fall into in that what happened conversation is this. We are terrible, and I mean terrible, at guessing other people's intentions. Here's a perfect little story to show you what I mean. Lori and Leo are at a party. Lori's getting some ice cream, and Leo walks by and says, "Hey, I thought you were on a diet." Oof. So Lori immediately feels shamed, controlled. She's humiliated. But Leo, he's completely blindsided when she gets upset. He's thinking, what? I was just trying to be supportive. Their whole night is ruined because they're stuck arguing about who meant what. And this quote right here just nails it. We judge others by their actions, and we judge ourselves by our intentions. Think about that. It's so true, right? When someone else's actions hurt us, we automatically assume they had bad intentions. But when our actions hurt someone, oh no, we know our intentions were pure. We were just tired or stressed or trying to help. We give ourselves a free pass that we never, ever give to anyone else. So this really boils down to two huge mistakes we make. First, we just make up someone's intentions based on how their actions impacted us. It's like a formula in our head. I feel hurt, therefore you intended to hurt me. And second, the story we invent is almost always the worst possible one. We don't think, oh, maybe they're having a bad day. We go straight to, they're a jerk, they don't respect me. Okay, so we've talked about shifting from blame to contribution. We've talked about separating impact from intent. Now let's get to the single most powerful, practical tool that ties this all together. Seriously, this can change your very next difficult conversation. It's called the and stance. Just think about it for a second. What's our usual goal when we get into a disagreement? It's to prove that we are right and they are wrong. It's a fight, a battle for who's got the truth on their side. And that approach, it's a total dead end. So let's try a new goal, a radically different one. The new goal is not about winning, it's about understanding. Your job is to fully understand the other person's story, their facts, their feelings, their identity, and to be understood yourself. And the and stance is the mindset that lets you do this. It's so simple, but it's profound. It's the ability to hold two competing ideas at the same time. You just replace the word but with and. See, the word but basically erases whatever came before it. But the word and, it says, I can hold your reality and my reality at the same time. Let me show you how it works. Instead of saying, I know you didn't intend to hurt me, but I felt hurt, which sounds like an accusation, you say, I know you didn't intend to hurt me, and I felt hurt. Or, you have a point, and I see it differently. See how that works? You're not negating their experience to make room for your own. You're simply adding yours to the table. This one little word, it stops an argument in its tracks and starts a real conversation. It is an absolute game changer. So when you boil it all down, every difficult conversation is really an invitation. It's an invitation to stop fighting over who's right and instead to get curious about the other person's story. So the next time you feel yourself getting defensive, the next time you feel that wall go up, just pause and ask yourself this one simple question. Because moving from a place of certainty to a place of curiosity, well, that's the secret to having a conversation that actually works.